Hey guys, how you doing? My name is Lena. Welcome back to another video. So today I'm going to tell you where to start reading self-published. This is a question that I get a lot. Not that much right now because I think I have a good chunk of videos recommending self-published. But at first, when I started reading it and putting them on the wrap-ups and such, a lot of people were just like, where should I start? Like, where are the books that I should start? So today I have like a very small compilation of it. Like, I'm going to tell you some places where you can actually look up self-published books, and then I will recommend you a few of them based on like very specific things. First off, obviously BookTube is a great place to find self-published books. Honestly, like if you just search self-published, like favorite self-published books, you will get like a shit ton of recommendations, and there are actually going to be like great books that you will be 100% right to check. Another thing that you may have that will really be helpful if you want to really start reading Indian self-published is Kindle Unlimited. It has most of the books. Honestly, a lot of them I just get from there and I just read it on my Kindle. Like, it's super easy, and the most popular ones tend to be romance, but if you scroll down a bit, you will find really good like fantasy and science fiction books, especially fantasy. Like, I feel like it's more prominent in the self-published world in general. Not like there's more fantasy than sci-fi. No, I mean like it's more popular and it's more promoted also. So yeah, Kindle Unlimited is like a right choice for sure. Then follow some well-known authors in the world. For example, Rob J. Hayes, Michael Fletcher, Dirk Ashton. They have like this thing where they promote a lot of works from other people, so you will probably just find something useful there. They retweet a lot and they tweet a lot. And also some traditionally published authors also have like self-published books, so you should definitely check that one out. For example, one of my favorite authors is Brian McClellan, the author of the Powder Mage trilogy, but he also has an urban fantasy self-published series, the Valkyrie Chronicles, something like that was the name, that I actually really like. So some trad authors also have self-pub, so that's easier to check out. And talking about authors, definitely follow Rob J. Hayes. He has a monthly newsletter where he puts every single self-published book, well, not every single one, but the ones he knows, they're putting there every single month when they are coming out. So that's a really easy way because it's already collected. You only need to check the books and be just like, oh yeah, this sounds good, and read them. So that's a super easy way to do it. I do it all the time. Every single time he posts it, I'm just like, okay, let me check it out. But he also updates it. If he has an author, a new author that is getting a new book out, he will just put it there a little bit later. So it's great because it's updated all the time. So super cool. The easiest ways of finding self-published books are the SPFBO and the SPFFC. If you're looking for science fiction, the science fiction self-published contest is for you. If you're looking for fantasy, the self-published fantasy blog off is for you. I personally have found some of my favorite reads from the finalists and semi-finalists of this series. So like almost every single book is just like really good and you will probably enjoy it. A lot of these authors that I've mentioned also have like a board. I think it was Zach Argyle. He usually posts in his blog like a table with the different semi-finalists and finalists and quarterfinalists, and that's just super easy to follow. I'm also a sucker for covers, so if I see like a cover that I'm just like interested, I'll just check the book instantly. So yeah, those are my ways of finding like new self-published books. Of course, if you're just like following more smaller authors, you will probably find them more. You will probably find more. But these two competitions especially are great for finding self-published, like, and good self-published, like the ones that you're just going to be, oh my god, this is so good. So definitely check these ones out. SPFBO has been around for a super long time. SPFFC is a very new. I've been a judge last year and this year, both years that's been going on. So highly recommend you check those two out. So now let me just recommend you some books because I just really like to recommend you my favorites. So if you're looking for books that can be read separately so you don't have to commit like a full series, The Mortal Techniques by Rob J. Hayes. I do have to say that it's better to read them in order because there are some Easter eggs and some mentions on later books, previous books, but you can still read them. The story you will enjoy the same. This first one is basically about a Shinigami that tasks a boy to collect this group of fallen heroes to take down this emperor. It's just great. I just really like them. They're super good. There's also the collection of the audiobooks on Audible. I will definitely go and get that because the audiobooks are fantastic for this series. But yeah, I just really liked it in general. So you definitely should check it out. Like, this one is fantastic. Then if you're looking for a standalone, just, you know, get this one book, try it and get it done, not commit into a full series. It's been such a long time since I recommended this one. I will let you know that a special edition of this book is going on Kickstarter very soon. Be sure to check out that because the edition is stunning. I will link the announcement down below. But man, I'm so excited. But this is one of my favorite books, if not my favorite book. In the Sword of Kaigen, you're going to follow mainly these two POVs, a mother and a son. The son is basically disloyal to the Empire until a new student comes in and he starts to question if maybe they're being lied to. Then you have Misaki, who is just like a best character out there. She's a mother. She used to fight, but now she has to settle down. She's struggling a lot with this, just like settle down life, being a wife and a mother. So, oh my god, it's so cool. There's also like this invasion maybe going on, so they have to defend the Sword of Kagan, which is a part of the peninsula. Dude, it's so cool. The magic system is also fantastic, but this book is very, very emotional. It's super fucking sad. I just love it a lot. I've read it like 3 or 4 times already, at least one every year since I discovered it. But man, this book is fantastic. Then if you're looking to dip your toes a little bit with nothing too long, like a series that's very short, you should definitely check out the Swordsman Lament. Like, these books are so short. Like, you can get it done in a day and you can check out if you really liked it. This is a very low fantasy. Basically, the guardsman of the king is accused of murdering the prince and he has to flee and find out who the hell did it. There are glimpses of magic towards the end. It's just like, oh, what is going on here? But overall, it's very like low fantasy, so you will 100% be fine reading this one. And I actually really highly recommend it. It's just very enjoyable in general. So if you really like character-driven stories, I have the book for you. This is Dark Apprentice by Val Neal. I love this book. Probably one of my favorite books of this year. Not probably, one of my favorite books of this year. Very strong contestant for favorite book of the year, honestly, the more I think about it. Also, the sequel is coming out kind of soon, so I'm extra excited. But in this one, you're basically going to follow Nikolai and Medea. Medea is super powerful mage, basically. She's been alive for such a long time, and Nikolai wants to become her apprentice. The thing is, Medea usually tends to kill her apprentices because they usually turn against her, and Nikolai is going to definitely do that, but he's buying his time basically, and it's just amazing. I highly recommend this one. Like, it's just so good. It's just so good. I just really like this one. It's super enjoyable, extremely underrated in general. Like, even in the self-published niche, this is so underrated. Then I talked about this book very recently, if I have uploaded that video before this. But if you like science fiction and fantasy, the mix of them, meaning sci-fantasy, the subgenre, you're probably going to really like The Wraith. I really enjoyed it. I'm not usually a huge fan of sci-fantasy, but this one I really like. You're basically going to follow Lena, and she's an Elfebre. Not really sure how to pronounce it, but she basically is hunting down monsters, and because she's out of money and with no options left, she goes to the capital, New El, this floating fucking city, which is super cool, to be a part of this rave against this monster, to find it and figure what the hell is going on, basically. It's just very cool. It has a lot of elements that I really like of science fiction. Like, it feels almost cyberpunky sometimes, which is great. I just really like it. I read it very recently and it was great. I already have book 2, so highly recommend it. Then if you like horror, I have a book for you, but it's horror fantasy. It's horror fantasy. I do also have like a horror book, but that can come out later. So, An Altar on the Village Green. I really like this book. It's very Dark Souls-like, like literally the same mechanics, dying all over again. The enemies are back, you have to kill them. You lose everything every time, the time resets. It's just weird, but it's just so good. You're basically going to follow this main character. He's sent to this village to find the evil and erase it. Amazing, very gory. If you like blood, you're good to go, basically. It's just very, very weird, but I just really, really like it. There's definitely nothing like this book out there. If you have something similar, please just let me know. I would really appreciate that. But for now, I haven't found anything. Then, if you like dark fantasy, Dreams of the Dying, I just really like this book. Really liked it. Look at this. This is beautiful. Beautiful self-published book. Like, probably the most beautiful self-published books that I own, basically. But the thing is, you're going to follow Jasper, and he is asked to come to this island empire to help this great merchant wake up, because he's been trapped in this dream for a long time and he's dying. So the dream magic here, the monsters in the dreaming world, he sees corpses everywhere all the time. I really cannot wait for book 2. I'm just super excited. If you like dark fantasy, you're in for a treat. Then I really need to get a physical copy of this book because I loved it so much last year when I read it for SPFFC. I really hope this year it managed to go farther because it's just so cool, man. This is the Orthogonal Galaxy, and if you like hard sci-fi, this is the book for you. It's definitely filled with science. Like, sometimes I was just like, blah, 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 blah. I couldn't understand a fucking thing, but still, this was so good. Probably my favorite of the whole bunch. Honestly, just I keep thinking about it. I really want to get book 2. Like, for now, there's only 2 books. I don't know if it's a duology or there are more books coming out, but for now there are only 2 books. And honestly, I cannot wait. It's basically, how can I explain this? It's kind of a trying to investigate what the hell happened in Mars, like something hit it and they have no clue what happened and they are trying to investigate. They find this kind of comet. I'm not going to comment anything else. It's better if you find out. Like, I went to this book blind, basically, only knowing that it was pretty hard sci-fi, and it was great. Honestly, it was great. And lastly, if you're an audiobook listener, The Crow has the best fucking audiobooks of the whole book world in general. Honestly, like, they're so good. I literally cannot imagine these books without the audiobooks. Like, the narration is great. Is it Travis Baldry? They are fucking great. They're also super easy to follow in narration. Like, it's just amazing. In The Crown, we're basically going to follow Lyndon. It's just such a huge story. Like, I mean, this is the Cradle. So you're in for a treat. But you're basically going to follow Lyndon, and he's an asshole, meaning that he has no connection with the magic of his people. So he's always been like a bit of an outcast since they found out. And then everything changes when their tournament is attacked. It's fucking great. The world is gigantic in this one. Like, is just very small, like a very contained story? No, this is the best progression fantasy out there. Like, everyone loves the Cradle. Everyone loves the fucking Cradle. I cannot recommend this one enough. One of my favorite series of all time. It's great. And I almost forgot, if you're like me who loves very strong world building and a very in-depth magic system, Sufficiently Advanced Magic is for you. It also has like huge adventures and great character work, but the magic system, oh my god, the magic system is so well thought out in this series, especially in book 3. Literally the whole book is almost just for the magic system. Amazing. I cannot recommend this one enough. Like, my favorite series of all time. It's just great. It just keeps getting better and better. And book 4 just came out, and I'm currently reading it. And I'm so excited. But in this one, you're basically going to follow Corin, and he has to pass this judgment to get his atonement, meaning his magic. But the thing is, his brother disappeared on his judgment, so he's very obsessed with finding him. So he has to go through this whole process to go after him. It's just great. That's a very like short definition of this story because it's just, again, expanded a lot. It's very progressive fantasy also. So highly recommend this one. So yeah, those are basically all like the small recommendations, like more like pinpointing the best parts of them. So please, if you have any more recommendations, just let me know. I always love that. But if you have any doubts or on where to find more self-published books, also just let me know that in the comments below, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.